today we are at a winery and we are going to drink until we drop. So it happens that wine was the first miracle that Jesus performed. Remember that wedding at Cana? Was it at Canaan? I think so. So today we are going to experience yet another amazing video. I am at the Native Gold Factory today. They make sweet wine and we're going to be having it all, you know. My name is Linzabu and this channel is Linzab's World. If it's your first time to see me, please make sure you subscribe. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always choosing to watch my videos. I know it started all the way from Italy and then Greece and then Georgia and then famous in South Africa. But let's find out more about wine in Uganda. In a while, we are going to be having Mr. Musis taking us through the whole process. So sit down and enjoy as I enjoy practically. For you. Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
What is your beautiful name?
I'm called Moses Musis, and the proprietor of this winery.
Tell us, when was it founded? What is its name?
The story goes far back in terms of getting all the skills and the experience. But actually we started in around COVID time. Yes. 2020, 21. But the real wine getting on the market started in 2021.
Oh.
Yes.
So why did you choose the name Native Gold?
Native Gold.
Yes.
Native, I think it starts from our raw materials.
Yes.
Uganda is the biggest producer of bananas in the whole world, by the way.
Correct.
Plantain. Okay. India is also a huge producer. So a product that comes from fruits of Uganda, and the most prominent of them, bananas, that is where the name comes. It is really native to us, and the beauty, the worthiness, that's where the gold part comes from.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That is interesting. So do you get the banana, like what other materials do you use to make this beautiful wine?
Okay, principally it is bananas. The whole difference is that there are many different types of bananas in Uganda.
Yes.
And traditionally we had the mbide. That is where we're using, that's where we're extracting juice to make local brew and banana juice. Right. So that is what we thought of, that let us use a traditional crop, traditional variety.
Yes.
So, but currently, formerly it was only mbide, but currently there are different varieties, and those are the ones that we use as our raw materials.
Right.
Yeah.
So guys, we jumped right into the video without us getting to know him because I'm excited. I want to get drunk. I'm kidding. So tell us, Mr. Musis, who are you?
Yes.
Did you study these things?
Yes.
Things like that.
My name is Moses Musis, and I'm proprietor here. Native, the company is actually called Native Beverages. We are a winery, we are a winemaker principally. Right. Yes, and winemaking now is my profession. But I'm originally a brewer. So
what is wine? I thought even wine is brewing.
Yes, yes, it is. Actually.
What is brewing? Because somebody might be watching my video, and they, including me, I don't know what the word
brewing.
What does that mean?
Really, in the general context, it is making alcohol. Honestly, yes. But normally, brewing in my context was brewing beer. So I'm a beer brewer, and now I am a wine maker. Oh, exactly.
Okay, so guys, please get your popcorn, get some wine, you know, get some Native Gold wine, And yeah, let's enjoy the video. So take us through the process of the whole thing, because
Yes.
now we want to know. After COVID started, then you started brewing. Eh?
Yes.
Take us through that whole process.
Now, as you know, wine takes a bit of time to mature. It's not like other drinks, alcoholic drinks.
Yes.
But so during that COVID time, we started actually brewing.
Right.
Like around 2020. And wine normally matures within 1 year. So from that time, it goes on and on. So, but originally, you can see this establishment. We had to buy machinery. We had to set up the building. All that time, electricity. It took a bit of time. So by the time we hit the bottle on the market, there was quite some amount of work that was going on before that.
I can imagine all the extensive work, because guys, this place is huge for a young company like this one, and I can't imagine the hassle that you had to go through. What inspired you to get into brewing or winemaking?
Okay, it starts from, say, education, and then I became a brewer. I was working with Native Breweries for over 20 years.
Wow.
So I have been a brewer my adult life after school.
Which course did you do to qualify to be a brewer in school, or did you learn on the job?
Vienna, Austria. And that's how I got exposed in reality to wine. You know, Europe, Austria is a very big producer of wine. So with all those countries surrounding, I've visited the wineries in Hungary. I visited wines in Austria. So I have in Italy. So I have a fair. That's how the background came, how it got interested.
That's what we were interested in.
Exactly. But then I became a beer brewer after that, before I started the wine.
Okay,
yes.
So we can't wait to enter your kingdom of native gold.
Thank you.
So please lead us.
Now, wine. I want to differentiate wine, say, and beer, typical beer.
Yes.
The differences for people who don't know the differences, that beer comes from grains. Okay, take an example, sorghum. Take an example, the barley, which is formerly it was imported, but now we grow it in Uganda. Maize, millet. Okay. That's why Marua is a typical beer, because it is coming from grain. Now, when it comes to fruits, what comes out, if you ferment fruits, what you get out is a wine. Exactly. You had alluded to Jesus making the first miracle. So, grapes are the traditional fruits where wine has been made in the areas of Central Europe, areas of Mediterranean. Okay, but we were also making our own wines. So the raw material was grapes, and our raw material here was the different fruits. So in this case, bananas. But the traditional way of making banana brews is a bit different from what we do. So we have used merged the traditional ways and also the modern ways, because we want to go modern, and this is a modern factory. So our wine is just as good as the wines that come from grapes, although the raw material is different.
I can't wait to test.
Yes.
I can't wait to test. So I can see huge machines around here.
Yes.
We would love to, if you don't mind, of course, to tell us about the
So let's go in and as I tell you the process.
Okay.
We receive bananas which are mature, but they are not ripe.
Okay.
And we get most of our bananas from Luero area. Why Luero? It is essentially bananas. the middle type of bananas have they have been affected by disease and so they have become rare. Right. So the original midday is almost not available.
It's almost extinct.
Almost extinct.
Yes.
But we have had new ones, new hybrids, which are coming from Naro. We also have the Kayinja. Some people call it Musa. And we also have varieties, Fia, we have Kabana. It so happened that the area of Luwero, that's where people have taken up the growing of these bananas. And also close proximity to us means that it is fairly easier to get these raw materials from Luwero. Exactly. Okay. So as I was saying, raw materials come, they are green, but mature. Then we take, we have in Uganda, it's called a chibanye.
Chibanye.
Exactly.
Why is your chibanye?
For ripening. So they will ripen for about 7 to 10 days. And from there we start processing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That part is more manual because we peel by hand. And then after peeling by hand, we extract the juice. Now, that's where our real wine making starts. Okay. So that juice, which we shall call must in this case, in our wine making language.
You call it what?
Must, M-U-S-T.
Must.
Must.
Right.
Exactly. The Germans call it most. So that is when we start to add on, to start the process, and we add on yeast to start.
Okay.
Now I want to take you the other side,
okay,
where we you extract the juice. It is must in this case, just like all other wine makers, and we add yeast. We start fermentation from that time on.
Okay.
Now that fermentation takes place in a tank, which I'm going to show you. So that kind of a tank is
which tank? The one behind?
The one behind.
Oh,
you can see it is written on fermentation vessel.
That FV1. Is so big. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Guys, this is a big tank.
Yes.
Right. So how long does it? I can see a bit of a tap down here. What is that?
Those are valves. That kind of valve is a drain valve. So the wine will be fermenting here, and then after fermentation, we have different stages really.
Right.
So here it will start fermenting, and those are drain valve where we connect with the pumps to transfer from this tank to another tank. Right. So wine will typically stay here for a number of days.
Right.
Exactly. So for less than a month, we can say.
Okay.
Then from there, your wine will go for maturation. That's where wine stays for a long time because maturation process takes a long time.
Right.
Wine will mature and the original flavors change, the original taste change. So all those changes, they become very, very complex, and that's how you get your wine that you love most. So, and that will take a number of months now, not days. Yes. So typically, with that maturation, we store. For example, if you come here, you are going to see that this is called a storage vessel. Right. Say number 2. That means the different. We give each one.
You have storage vessel.
Say number 1. You have number 2.
Okay.
You have number
so
3,
do you put
number 4? Yes.
Do you put different beverages here, or they are same? It's just that you wanted to separate the tanks.
No, because this is a batch, what is called a batch process.
A batch process.
The batch process is that you do a batch, say from there, and then you bring here. Then you again, that tank becomes empty. Then you start another batch.
Right.
Then it goes into another storage vessel.
All right.
Then you start another one. It goes into another one. So each one then, so you can do mature. You see, we have different types of wines. So each tank could have a different, brand. But eventually, once you get it out, then you can put another brand in there.
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Exactly.
So how many types of wine are you making?
Yes, we do produce 3 different types of wines. Okay, it is all native gold.
Yeah.
But it depends on the brand. Now the brand, we have what is called a sweet white. So the sweet white is typically the white, the way the juice comes out, the mast fermentation, mature, and then we filter and we get that brilliant white wine.
Right.
Okay, but then we also have a sweet red. We also have a dry red, and we have a rosé. Now those other 3, you would say they start from the same raw materials. The rosé it's called a floral flowery, and it has its maturation would be the same, but the process we use natural raw materials other than the bananas. We also use hibiscus. Hibiscus is native also here in Africa, actually.
Right.
So that's how we extract the color. So it means that if you have extracted less, you get a rosé. You extract more, then you get the red wine. Now, if you ferment longer, then you get the dry one. But the maturation will be similar, but at the beginning, that's when we differentiate the 3.
So how do you tell about the percentages of that alcohol?
Yes, the percentages also differ.
Because I've seen on your bottles, there is 11.0%. So how do you award those percentages on those in the alcohol?
Yes, the 11, if the wine is sweet, the bananas have their own natural sugars, which actually are converted into alcohol.
Right.
So it means that in the sweet ones, we leave that natural sugar there, and we stop the process, and we don't continue with more alcohol. Now the dry one, it means that we convert all that sugar into alcohol. That's why the dry one will be 12.5%.
Right.
It would be the minimum. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the strongest wine that has the highest alcohol percentage?
You get on the market, you get 13-14%.
14 is like the highest.
14 is like the highest. Unless if anybody who claims 15, 16, 17, then that is different. That is called fortified wine.
Fortified wine. Fortified guys, wine. I'm learning so much.
That would be the wines which have alcohol added to them. Those are the ones called fortified wines.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Tell us about these bottles. Where do you get all these bottles? Because they seem too many.
Yes.
These are very many bottles.
Yes, bottles. In Uganda, we don't make bottles. Actually, the whole of East Africa doesn't make bottles, but bottles come from China.
Okay.
China is because they have lower production costs. So Chinese are the ones who make a lot of bottles. So bottles largely come from China.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you get them from a wholesaler in Uganda, and then
both ways. We also import.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
you import
Yes,
the bottles.
yes, exactly.
Well, that's interesting. As Native Beverages, how many workers do you have so far?
Now, workers, we don't have many workers. We have different types of workers. We have when there's a lot of work, for example, the process of getting the process of peeling is big amount of work.
That's when you
then that time we employ a lot more. And then other times, whenever there is so the labor force will depend on the amount of work that is available at that time.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
I understand. Really? Maybe let me test. Then I'll testify that something here, guys. I want to test.
Yes.
So that after testing, I can tell you if he's telling the truth. Then we come and shop here.
Sure.
Now that I'm done, they say you first smell it. Since I'm not a qualified wine tester, I didn't know that you have to go to school to learn how to test wine.
Yes, by the way. It is a skill. It's a skill which you learn and taught. So
why do I have to smell it first?
The real reason why we mature wine for a long time is to develop flavors.
Okay.
And that flavor, in our language, we call it a bouquet. So the longer you store, the bigger extent of that big bouquet is. So, and you want to, as a drinker, you want to appreciate it. So we want you to appreciate it. That's why you don't fill that glass to the brim. You want to leave some space, and then you shake so that you can.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Then I will share for you. Why didn't I know of this wine sooner? First of all, it has a very piercing feel, like when you put it on the lip. I don't want to mention the other beverage, but it's kind of, you can feel that it's coming, which is sweet. It's not like it's almost like a tickle, like get ready. And the taste is amazing. I'm not even exaggerating, okay? I'm not exaggerating. The taste is amazing. One more time.
Enjoy.
How much is a bottle?
Well, it depends on the outlets. The supermarkets, cheapest supermarkets would be selling about 19,800, around that.
Right.
So 20, 25, 30,000. So it really depends on
the supermarket,
the supermarket or the pub. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we can't rule on the price, but that's the range of the pricing.
So if you want to know more about how you can stock this particular wine, I'm testing a Native Gold Red. If you want to test this, you can reach out to Mr. Musis. The number is right here on the screen. It has been on the screen throughout. So please reach out. So what has been the biggest challenge of you making wine?
There are different challenges. One of them is the bananas themselves. The bananas themselves are getting this type of bananas. They have been scarce.
Right.
As I said earlier, it's because of the diseases which have affected these bananas mostly, by the way. So what does that mean? It means that the price of bananas has kept on going up. When we started in 2020, we were buying bananas in Kota at 4,000 shillings. And right now, it is 10,000 shillings. So it shows. So that is one part of the problem. But as we go along, other people are going to jump on cultivating or producing these bananas. So we are hopeful. So that as more people grow, then the price will go down.
Right.
That's one other challenge. Like you started, all people say, whenever they see wine from Uganda, it means poor
Quality.
Exactly. So we have to contend with that. That's why we go out and try to educate people, sample people, so that they taste our wine and then they get a difference. You can see our packaging, the technology behind. We try to make the wines comparable to the wines which are imported. So that is a challenge in that the local market feels that the local Ugandan wines are always of low quality. So that prevents us from reaching the targeted consumers. So that is, I would say, in terms of market penetration, that will be the biggest challenge that we have. Yes.
Right. It's actually very interesting because I can't imagine this doesn't look substandard, guys.
Exactly, you can see.
This does not look substandard at all. This does not look basic. Does this look basic to you?
A lot goes into producing this wine. For example, this is a sweet white. For you to really produce this kind of wine, you can imagine the way omubisi, the way it looks like. It is cloudy, maybe
for you to get it
bright, clear, great taste. It requires a lot. So I don't want consumers out there to feel that because there's raw materials from Uganda, it hasn't necessarily to be cheap or very low quality, but we make it affordable.
Right.
So our objective is that we want to make it affordable, high quality, using our technical skills, so that our people can enjoy a good product.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you train? If I wanted to learn how to do wine, would you train me?
Yes, you can call and we can train.
And you can talk about it.
Yes, exactly. Yes. At the end of the day, it is Uganda. If we are many, the better. Then we can have. You can imagine the supermarkets in Uganda. 95% of the wines are all imported.
All from
either
South
Africa or Italian or Australia, wherever. Yes.
All right.
So the more we are, and therefore it means that we can draw our consumers from Uganda, and all that money can go within our pockets in Uganda, and we can also boost our agriculture and the farmers.
All right.
I think everybody pays taxes. The biggest challenge, I would say, in terms of taxes is that we, like this product we sell in the supermarket, it is not largely cash basis. So somebody buys, but you have to pay all those taxes within the month. But before you have earned the cash from the sales.
Yes.
So that means that you are deprived of working capital, and that also reduces your capacity to expand to the whole country. That's what I would say. But we are tax compliant. We pay VAT, we pay local excise duty, and all the other taxes.
Okay.
Yes. But interest rates, you are talking about other challenges. Interest rates from banks, that would be another challenge in terms of financial access. So you end up paying high interest rates, and that is. But the government has put up also different schemes where
to help.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you remember the number of bottles you've produced?
I don't have it on voice.
Of that.
but I can find out.
Okay. How many bottles on average do you produce a month? Do you produce monthly, weekly? Like how often?
Yes. Okay. I'm going to say like this. So we have very big capacity. So we produce depending on the demand. So you get seasons where it is more than when the demand is high. We also are involved in high production.
Okay. Yeah. So Ellie, tell us, how are you, Ellie?
I'm fine, thank you.
What is your job in this factory?
My job in this factory, I'm the quality assistant in the factory.
Right.
Yes, so I deal with the quality in the lab. Yes, that's normally my responsibility.
Oh, there is a lab. We didn't even check the lab, but I'll give you a bit of a glimpse of it. Where should we find you in Uganda if we are looking for your wine?
Yes, we are in supermarkets, most of the supermarkets.
Right.
In bars, wine shops, depending on the areas. For example, within Kampala, you can get us from Mega Standard supermarket. There is Standard supermarket at Garden City, you can get us there. In Chikubo, you can find us Trust Arcade, Shop D12, you can get us from there. You can also get us from Dam Traders, still within Chikubo. Those people on Gayaza Road, you can get us from Jakan Supermarket. You can also get us from Robi's, Gayaza Road, you can get us. Then for those people from Okono, you can get us from Paris Corner Supermarket, you can get us there. You can also get us from Rock Corporate, it is within Seta, you can get us there. Those people from Tebe Road, you can get us from Freedom City, it is called Les Small Stores, it's a supermarket at Freedom City. You can also get us from Wave Supermarket.
Quite a number of them.
Yes, there are people who like to get our product online, so you can get us from Jumia.
Oh, really?
Yes,
that's
you
interesting.
can just place your order via Jumia, then you can also get our products.
Oh, okay.
Then, still for those people who have weddings, introduction, birthday, there are those who would like to get customized bottles or wine which is customized. We put your photo there, your picture there. We write the words that you want to see or that you would like to appear on the bottle. So you can also do that. You can call our numbers 0200 95 80 90, or you can call us on 0707 90 50 76. Then we can negotiate and we can do for you something that you would like us to do for you.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We've had to see your beautiful face and for you being intelligent.
Thank you.
By the way, your wine is nice.
Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Musis, it has been quite a journey. Thank you so much for bringing us to your factory. Please give us a few words, maybe inspiring to teach young ones to start. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, thanks very much. It all starts with a dream. And if you have a dream, you have to work on that dream and actualize it.
Right.
This has taught us a lot. When you have a dream, then you start making it practical. So we in the end, we have actualized our dream. We are still going on. And one thing that drives us is that we want to make sure that Ugandans get the right product. We are very passionate about it. It is not just because of profits alone, but we want to prove that in Uganda we can get good wines and wines that are of high quality. So guys, there are students who are studying all this stuff. It is a question of understanding the technology behind, and then you can actualize. There are so many things that we can do with all our resources around. But for us, we have decided this is the route we are going to go to. And we are going to make sure that we make a difference.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I do not know if they have non-alcoholic wine. Do you have non-alcoholic wine for churches?
Not yet, but it is in the pipeline.
Okay.
We have the technical capability, by the way.
That's
but it is in
good.
pipeline, yes.
Guys, look at this quality. The quality is just amazing. Look at how light that looks. The taste is amazing. The quality is amazing. This. Where have you been? Red wine. Guys, I'm not even exaggerating. This is really nice. So if you're interested in making business with Mr. Mtisi, with Native Beverages, what are you waiting for? Yeah, you have a wedding, they got you. You have a big party, they got you. You have a restaurant, okay?
Exactly.
Yeah. So buy Uganda, build
Uganda.
Exactly. So I will have to say thank you so much, Auntie Jackie, for recommending me here. This has been worth every time of my life being here. So thank you so much for letting us into your space. Once again, cheers.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
It's a crime to toast a non-drink to the toast. So guys, thank you so much for watching. The numbers are on the screen. Make sure you reach out. I want them to be like, Lynn recommended us, okay? So I'll see you in the next video. Get yourself some native gold wine. Bye.